They'll tell you fear is natural, that it's instinctual, that it keeps you safe, that it keeps you alive. But let me ask you, what is it that you're really afraid of? Losing your job? Losing your friends? Losing your identity? They've worked hard to teach you that fear is a protector. But you know what I think? Fear is a prison, and they've locked you in it, thinking it's a safe place to hide. Fear's greatest trick is making you believe that it's keeping you safe, when in reality it's just keeping you stuck. It keeps you small. It keeps you in line. The more you obey fear, the more it owns you. Every time you shrink back, every time you doubt yourself, you're letting fear win. But what if fear isn't something to avoid? What if fear is a signal that you're on the verge of breaking through to something greater? What if fear is the very thing you need to conquer to truly live? I faced my own fear every single day. Fear of being rejected, fear of failure, fear of not being enough. But you know what I discovered? That fear isn't the enemy. It's the pathway to freedom. The moment you decide that fear doesn't have the power to control you, that's when you realize your true strength. Fear is just a shadow that fades in the light of your own bravery. The truth is, fear is just an illusion, a trick of the mind, a trick they've used to trap you. You think you can't make that move, take that step, start that business, quit that job, or change your life. But guess what? The only thing that's holding you back is the illusion of fear. And the moment you decide to face it head on, you'll realize that fear is nothing but smoke and mirrors. So here's the challenge, my friends. Stop running from your fears. Instead, step into them. Greet them like an old friend and say, "Hey, I'm ready for you." Because the moment you face fear, you'll discover that it has no teeth. It's like a shadow. It only has power over you if you let it. It only has power if you avoid it. So what are you waiting for? Your fears? Go toward them. Go through them. That's the way to freedom, the way to power, the way to becoming the joker of your own life. You've been told your whole life that safety is the goal. That's the dream, right? To feel secure, to feel comfortable. But here's the thing. They've sold you a lie. You're not safe when you're comfortable. You're just dead. You've been kept in your little box, told what to wear, what to think, how to act, what to believe. They've built these chains around you so well that you don't even know you're wearing them. The truth is, you're not trapped in your life. You're just too afraid to leave the box. They've conditioned you to stay small, stay safe, stay predictable. But why? Because if you grow, if you step outside the box, you might just explode. And that, my friends, would be dangerous for them. So here's a little secret. You're not trapped. You're just pretending to be. Your cage is imaginary. The rules? They're not real. They're just the whispers of the old guard trying to keep you from your true potential. But you don't have to listen to them. You don't have to play by their rules. The moment you decide to break free is the moment you begin to live on your terms. And yeah, it's terrifying. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. But you know what? That's the good part. That's where the magic happens. That's where the real you shows up. The rebel, the outcast, the one who decides to take control of their own destiny, no matter the cost. He pauses, letting the intensity of his words linger in the air. Rebellion isn't just about defying others. It's about defying the version of yourself you've been told to be. It's about smashing the image of who you were supposed to be and becoming who you were always meant to be. So ask yourself right now, what's keeping you safe? What's holding you in place? What's the thing you're afraid to give up? The thing that's keeping you safe? Is it your job, your relationship, your social image, your comfort zone? These are just walls built by other people, other forces that don't care about your happiness. They only care about you staying in line. Here's the truth. The real world isn't safe. Life isn't safe. But it's in the danger, the uncertainty, that you find your real power. Comfort is the illusion. Freedom is the reality. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you start living. They say you should never fail. They say failure is the end of the road. But that's a lie. Failure isn't the end of anything. It's just the beginning. It's the raw material from which you shape your greatness. You want to know a secret? I fail every day. Every single day. And you know what? I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. Why? Because failure teaches me something I can't get anywhere else. Resilience. It teaches me how to get back up after I fall. It teaches me how to rise stronger each time I stumble. I used to be scared of failure. Who isn't? But then I realized something. Failure isn't an obstacle. It's a teacher. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to reinvent yourself. You cannot succeed without first tasting failure. You cannot grow without first falling down. So embrace failure. Relish in it. Because without failure, there's no growth. The real problem is that society teaches you to fear failure so much that it paralyzes you. They make you believe that failure will define you, will ruin you. But let me tell you something. Failure only has power if you let it. The people who truly succeed are the people who fail the most. The ones who keep going, keep trying, keep adapting. And guess what? They never stop. They never quit. And you? What are you doing? You're letting your fear of failure keep you from taking risks. You're letting it dictate your life. Well, I'm here to tell you, failure is your friend. And as soon as you realize that, you'll be unstoppable. Look at the greatest people in history. Einstein, Edison, Michael Jordan, they all failed, miserably. But that didn't stop them. They used failure as fuel, as a spark to push forward and create greatness. So why do you think you're any different? Why do you think you can't do the same? If you've failed, if you've been knocked down, that's just the universe telling you you're on the right path. And guess what? The more you fail, the more you learn. And the more you learn, the closer you get to your true potential. What if I told you that the entire world, everything around you, is just one big, absurd joke? Everything you've been told about success, failure, right, and wrong, it's all a game. A game they've made up to control you. But what if you stopped playing by the rules? What if you laughed at the rules instead? The truth is, life is absurd. It doesn't make sense. It never has. And it never will. And that's exactly why you should laugh. Because if you take everything so seriously, you're going to miss the point. Life's too short to be serious. Life's too short to be afraid of making mistakes, to be afraid of falling down. You're going to fall, and that's okay. So why not laugh at it all? Why not embrace the absurdity? You're already living in it. Might as well make the most of it. Life's chaos is what makes it so beautiful. Chaos is where creativity is born. Chaos is where you discover who you really are. It's where you find your strength. And you know what? Chaos is what makes you free. Because the moment you let go of your need to control everything, that's when you realize you're not bound by anything. Nothing. You're limitless. You can't control life. You can't predict it. And that's exactly why you have to embrace it. Chaos isn't the enemy. It's the answer. Are you ready to take control of your life? You've been here for a while, soaking in the chaos, the madness, the truth that life isn't as predictable as they want you to think. And guess what? You're already starting to see things differently, aren't you? You're starting to realize that you're not meant to live by society's rules. You're meant to break them. So, here's the deal. If you're ready to step into the unknown, to embrace the unpredictability of life, and to stop playing small, hit that subscribe button. Because you're not here by accident. You're here because deep down, you know you're capable of something more. You know that life isn't supposed to be lived in a box. You know that you were meant for greater things. And that's exactly why I want you here. Because this channel isn't just about me. It's about you. It's about your story, your journey, your transformation. And guess what? The first step, you've already taken it. by simply being here. But now it's time for the next step. Commitment. Commit to this journey. Commit to this process. Commit to embracing the chaos. This channel isn't about comfort. It's about pushing boundaries, challenging the norm, and transforming into the bold, fearless person you were always meant to be. And when you subscribe, you're not just joining a channel. You're committing to your own freedom. You want more? You want to stop living the same boring cycle, the same predictable routine? Then take action right now. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's take this crazy ride together. Because life's too short to sit on the sidelines, so go ahead, make that choice, subscribe, and let's start breaking the madness. Let's make some noise in this world. Let's shake things up, stir the pot, and break free from the chains. Because in this world, there are no rules. There are no limits. There's just freedom. There's just you and the chaos. And that, my friend, is the only thing that matters. Welcome to the revolution. Welcome to the madness.